Yo, what's up, everybody? So this video here is on watering. There's a lot of people that have problems with watering. Mostly it's an overwatering problem. People get excited about their plants. They get excited about seeing their plants and they start watering them to death. Overwatering is a lot more common than underwatering. This video is just going to take you through watering when it's I'm going to show tell you when to water, so you'll be able to tell by looking and feeling your soil when it needs water, and when and how much water depending on the size, because different size plants and pots need different amounts of water. You should not be pouring the same amount of water in a 1 gallon pot as you are in a 5 gallon pot. That's generally common sense, but you never know. A baby seedling does not need as much water as a young adult. So just things like that is what this video is about. The first thing you should know is when your plants need water. The video above, you see me watering plants. I'm watering them with the watering can I told you to buy in video 1. So that watering can is a 1 gallon watering can. And I also use a spray bottle. So you can see even in the one I'm watering right there in the tan pot, see how it's light brown. That's when your plants want water. When the soil is light brown, when it's brittle, you can usually tell by just looking when you get good at this. If you can't, you can touch the soil, just touch it with your fingers. If it's brittle and dry, your plant needs water. The amount of water totally depends on the pot. And see, I'm holding it up there to show you after you water it, it gets dark brown. It'll get a dark brown color from the water. And you just want to water it enough, not till runoff. That's the thing. Some people will tell you to give it water till you see the water run off. Do not do that. That's too much water. You want to give it watering a plant is a feeling out process. You have to, after experience, you will learn how much water your plants need. It is literally an experienced feeling out process. You will become more experienced at it the more you water your plants. It is much better to underwater a little bit than to continuously overwater your plants. So, if you feel like you might be giving it too much water, then just give it a little bit. Make sure the soil turns the nice dark brown. Pour it around the plant like I am right there, just around the plant. You do not have to fill the problem is people think the whole thing has to be brown. You do not have to soak the whole pot of soil with water. You do not have to do that. You pour some water right around the base of the plants. If you have a bigger plant in a 5 gallon pot, sure, pour water all over the surface of the soil. But in smaller pots, you don't need to soak the whole pot. Especially with babies, seedlings, all you need to do is pour water right where they are. When a plant is a baby plant, like you see in the picture right there, that's a baby. You can barely even see it. That is a seedling that just came up. If your plant just popped up out of the soil, you should not even be watering it with a water jug. All you need to do is just spray it with a spray bottle. I'm going to repeat that. If your plant was just born, not that size you see there, even smaller. If your plant was just born and you can barely see it, you should not actually be pouring water onto it. All you have to do is spray it. And if you replay this video, you will see how that little baby plant I had, all I did was spray it. This plant here, I poured the water from my spray bottle and then sprayed it. That's it. I didn't even use my big jug. I only use my big jug for bigger plants that can handle the jug. So the video is going to restart here. And you see, now look at the soil. You see how all the soil is dry? All the soil is a light brown tan color. I'm pointing at it. It's all dry. This is how you tell. Excuse me. This is how you tell your plants need water. So you just take your bigger plants, you take your water jug I told you to buy, there it is, and just water your plants. Count to about 2 or 3 seconds. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. For bigger plants, you can give it a little more. I did about 5 seconds there. That's fine. That plant can handle it. That's a 5-gallon pot. I could probably put a little more in there, but it's safer, and I do. But it's safer to do it that way than to overdo it. It's better to give it a tiny bit of water twice a day than to flood it out once a day, if you get what I'm saying. And I do this with all my plants. My teenager plant here, this one is got moved to a bigger pot later. See, I just turn the soil brown, make sure it's not flooding at the bottom. That's about 3 seconds of water there. Turn it around, give it about another second or two of water in the brown spots. Boom. It'll soak down in there. That plant, she's good to go. She don't need no more water. You see, I didn't go bananas with the water. That's good. This really small plant here, little baby plant, I get my spray bottle and I pour water from that in there. That way the water pressure isn't too hard and it doesn't smash the plant, since that's a baby plant. So you don't want to use your big jug for the small plants because the pressure from the water will smash the plants. So you just use your spray bottle. Just open your spray bottle, go in a circle around it, get all the been smoking too much and I can't talk. Get all the go in a circle around it. See how I did there? See how it's wet? Boom, she's watered. And then same thing with the blue one. The blue one, the one in that blue pot, it's middle range. You could use the spray bottle to water it, or you could use the jug to water it. Just make sure the water pressure isn't too strong. If you use the jug, make sure the water pressure isn't too strong. And you can see what I'm about to do with that one now. So you can rewind this video a couple times. There's not a whole lot more to tell you here on watering. Just be gentle with it. There's no reason to drown your plants. You're watering correctly because the next day your plant should need some more water. Weed plants need water about once a day. If your soil is wet for days and days and days or whatever, you're giving your plant too much water. You water it, you wait about 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, it should dry out for you to get ready to water it again. Sometimes it might be closer to 24 hours. Sometimes I go 24 hours and they'll still maintain the water. But just check your soil. Checking your soil is how you tell if your plants need water. And don't overwater. It's better to just be gentle and maybe underwater a little bit and just check on them twice a day. That's all. That way they're not. Here's the thing. I'll leave you with this. You can underwater and the plant will just get thirsty again. And you can just give it more water. When you overwater, that's it. You cannot suck the water back out of the plant. Do you get what I'm saying? So small portions of underwatering are always works. Just give it a little bit, boop, boop, boop. Come back 6-8 hours, check. It'll probably be dry. Give it a little bit more. Wait till the next day. Usually sometimes I water my plants twice a day because I'll just give a little bit at a time. And I've never had a problem with that. As long as you are watering every day, giving them a little bit at a time is fine. As long as you're not neglecting them for days. Now, if you neglect your plant for a week, then yeah, giving them a little bit of water ain't going to work. But overwatering, once you pour too much water in that soil, you can't get it back out. So rewind this video again. Ask me a question. This is how you water plants. The next video is going to be on lighting and how many hours you're supposed to give your plants during vegetation and flowering. We're not to flowering yet, so it'll be mostly on how many hours during vegetation, which is 18.6. So you need to know that, and just what vegetation is in general before we can continue. I've shown you what equipment to buy and how to plant a seed, and I've showed you how to water your seeds when they come out the water. But if you don't have your lights on the correct schedule, then none of that really matters because your plant won't grow correctly if your lights aren't on the correct schedule. So that's what we're going to go over next. That's it. Happy growing. We done here.